Hey everyone, this is my first clear of Touhou 18 Unconnected Marketeers Extra Stage. This was my fourth attempt at the stage, and the first one where I figured out how you could actually change cards at the start. So what I ended up going with was I thought about what I had, I thought about what was good to bring, and I ended up bringing two cards that would give me a lot more lives. Sanyo's Pipe, which gives you a life piece every time you capture a spell card, and the uh, Friendly Jizo, I think it is, which just gives you, in this context, a single life. I didn't think anything I had was more valuable than one life, and the 3 bombs that come with it. As for the third thing I brought, I wanted just a little extra damage, so I brought Reimu's Yin Yang Needle, because I was lucky enough to pick that up. I actually really like Unconnected Marketeers. There's some fun decisions in the main game. This extra stage is a little wild, though. I can't say I like the lack of choices at right before the boss fight in terms of what items you get to bring. That was a stupid decision. Do I bomb this? Yeah. This was just straight up my fourth attempt, so I did not put much effort into figuring out stage routes. I was making this up as I went along, and it shows. But my main goal was just to not, to dive only once in the stage at most, and just make it up from there. Might as well talk a bit about my other tries at this, considering it's 4 tries. My first try, I bought Shikieki's Money is the Best Lawyer in Hell, which lets you it's effectively just ignore a hit at the low cost of just 200 gold, which effectively gives you, in this stage, 4 extra hits or something, which that carried me, because it also protects me from dying with bombs in stock for as long as I have money. And that ended up carrying me all the way to Momoyo's 8th spell, where I just kind of got overwhelmed trying to figure it out. As for Tsukasa here, I mean, I figured her out. Like, my first attempt, I bombed 2 cards. My second attempt, I wasn't panicked by the lasers, and then my other 2 attempts I just got the final because I understood what to do a little better. It's, again, one of those knowledge is power. I knew what to expect, and so I could do it. Additionally, because I knew I could get Tsukasa, because I came in with the Dragon Pipe, like, that mid-boss is not only 1 life from the pieces she drops, but it's actually a second from capturing all 3 spell cards. The second half of the stage is actually pretty wild. And because I did not ever figure out what to do here. I tried to go for speed kills, and speed kills seem like they're the way to go, but then you get this wave overlap of 2 at once, and it's just a mess. And I'm sure there's some good way to handle it, and just like I'm sure there's some good way to handle this part, which I kind of started figuring out here. Kind of figured out that you want to switch sides of the screen for each spawn so that you can then move to the side and kill it as it starts circling in. But then they start spawning in so fast that it doesn't work. This is something I'll revisit when I want to go for a no bomb run. As it is, I'm pretty sure I drop a bomb. Yeah, the thing's gonna be a little dicey. I almost made it out without having to spend that bomb, but did not get away with it. But that just meant I have no bombs for this part, which is... This is such a weird section. I don't think I've played anything else quite like it. It's almost like the end of UFO Stage 5 if the end of UFO Stage 5 was fair. The extra fairies coming down play really good defense there. It's quite interesting. And they fire bullets that don't move, which is weird. And so my plan was to not die more than once, and I made it to Momoyo without dying. So I had that going for me. The card that I ended up picking was Remilia's Vampire Fang. I don't remember what other choices I had, but I do remember that that proved to be a really smart choice. It's also one of the few active cards that I felt like I could actually use. Anyway, this theme, this is genuinely one of the best extra boss themes in the series. Wow, even watching that back, I'm not sure what I died to. I remembered I died here, I just didn't remember what to. Oh yeah, this is another place where you don't POC, but I accidentally misdirected this so I could deal more damage more easily. Yeah, like with the other extra stages, I streamed this to the same Discord and the same group of people. Ended up watching the entire grind. I finally remembered to redirect this pattern at the start. And unfortunately, if you misdirect this, there's kind of nothing left to it. And especially because Reimu, even if you're not Reimu, it dies really fast because you can just do that. So yeah, 1 of 4. Obviously, I don't get this first try. The other tries, I just forgot to misdirect. Third non, this just feels like something Etrian would throw at you. Except it's slow. Sky Pendra. I mean, you've got Kirby lasers, and I definitely felt more comfortable with this on each successive attempt. I think I got it the first try with some really stupid dodges. But like here, I felt very confident doing all of that. I'm like, because it's not about where the lasers are, it's about where the lasers aren't going to be. And that's much harder to realize. Yeah, I started doing a lot more aggressive misdirections and just getting away with it. Fourth non. This thing slaughtered me the first time because I tried to do it the way I was doing the rest, just to stay centered. You really do have to deal with both waves separately. Oh, that dense wave was because she moved down. Okay. This spell. I always had a different approach to this one. Like I tried to stay low, then I tried to stay high. And what I ended up doing in this run was I tried both, and I kind of realized, wait, I have up close damage. So I took my up close damage and it died before I did. Like I said in a couple of these other clears, I'm not a big fan of like active cards still counting as a spell card capture. Passives I can understand, but actives just feel like a bridge too far. Like they really feel like they shouldn't count as a capture. Similarly, this card I never figured out a good strategy for, so I elected to just go for damage. And I just dodge stuff on the side. They come down, and the pattern dies before I have to dodge anything else. Because again, I used the Vampire Fang. And all of a sudden, I'm sitting here with 6 whole lives. Which, to be fair, a lot of this is because I pulled the Vampire Fang, like a bit of this. But a lot of this is also because I just have nicer passives that give me more lives as the fight goes on. Compared to the kind of bad default passives the stage gives you. I don't even remember what they are. I just remember they weren't helpful for me. I elected to just bomb this non-spell, even though I got it pretty much every other attempt, just because I didn't want to get clipped. This spell... Did I ever understand this spell? I don't think I... The first time I got here, I didn't understand it, and I was just, like, panicking. The second time I got here, I kind of got the gist that they were aimed roughly at me, but they still throw some evil waves. And right there, I almost got hit. So I've actually maxed out the life counter. And because of that, and I have so many bombs, I elect to just delete this non-spell. And we go to Dragon Eater, where I forgot to misdirect and then immediately die. After clearing the stage, since this was, I think, one of only 2 spells that I never captured in runs of the stage, I elected to just go to spell practice, and I captured this in 1 try. It's kind of amazing how much easier this is when you know that, like, immediately know this is what's coming. Fantasy Seal does a really bad job of preparing you for the next wave. And honestly, like, this card is crazy, and I'm not looking forward to trying to deal with that with Marisa. My blind run died there. My next 2 runs died here. I think both of them got here with only 1 bomb left, so not only is this run much better played, but I have much better items too. The first time I got here, I had no idea what I was doing. The second time, I kind of started figuring out how to deal with misdirecting the butterfly. I also brought in Yuyuko's thing where bullets that you graze delete on one of the attempts, specifically for this card, and it didn't help. Yeah, honestly, this card, I'm not sure it's so well thought out. I ended up capturing it in 4 tries when I went to spell practice, though. So, I mean, it's not too bad. Almost all of those were just being greedy and, like, not understanding when to leave the last wave. I think, yeah, I bomb here. Yeah, I guess I should talk a bit about my thoughts on this game as a whole. Like, I think it's really fun. Like, it is unbalanced in so many different ways, but it's really fun. So I can't even be mad about that. And as you can see, 1 of 1 history. I capture this. It's a clean capture. I don't use the active at all. None of my passives... Oh, I guess I do use the active there. I didn't need to, though. I definitely don't use it again. Yeah. Yeah, this might be my favorite extra boss theme in the series. It's definitely in contention. As for where this game would rank for me, I don't know. Some of the patterns are a little questionable, but the core gameplay loop is very fun. It's weird to say that this game has a gameplay loop. I'm not sure how well it will still be going once I unlock all the cards, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, Unconnected Marketeers Extra. It sure is an extra stage. It definitely brought back memories of going for extra clears in the old days. When I was first starting out, like, at the skill level to go for extras. Like, just clearing normals, maybe starting to get a little comfortable with hard, and clearing an extra was just a fight, a real struggle, where I just need to like, really know what to do and just deal with the stage, and then just don't screw up the boss, like the endurance event. It definitely brought back that vibe with this stage. And the thing is, I almost missed that experience because my first run, if I just made a couple of decisions a little differently, I would have had a lot more bombs and I probably would have just cleared. And I wouldn't have thought anything of it. But instead, I had a really fun experience. And since this run, I've gone on and played a lot more of the game. I played hard once even. Lunatic later. I think I'll actually upload the hard clear I got. It was a pretty cool run. Anyway, I'm really glad I got back into the series. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, that's the first clear with almost max lives. Anyway, until next time, see ya.